This is Inside China Politics. I'm Deng Yuwen. Today, we're going to discuss whether Ma Xingrui, a member of the Politburo of the Communist Party of China and former Xinjiang Party secretary, is in trouble. My opinion is his absence signals a shift, but the verdict is not yet in. Ma Xingrui's absence from the Politburo's collective study session on November the 28th and possibly from the Politburo meeting held the same day has triggered a new wave of speculation about his political fate. A single absence by a Politburo member is not unprecedented. But Ma's case is different. He has been in an unusual political limbo since July, when he was suddenly removed as party secretary of Xinjiang. Although Beijing at the time said he would be given another appointment, nearly 5 months have passed with no new position and almost no public appearances. In the context of Chinese elite politics, a Politburo member is never left hanging for 5 months unless something is wrong. This has fueled suspicions that Ma may indeed be under scrutiny. His career spans the aerospace sector, Shenzhen, Guangdong, and, most recently, Xinjiang, a trajectory that culminated in his elevation to the Politburo at the 20th Party Congress. Under China's political logic, when multiple subordinates in both the places and sectors an official once led are investigated, it is difficult for the principal not to be touched. The aerospace system, where Ma spent most of his professional life, has seen a wave of corruption cases in recent years. Several officials in Xinjiang have also been taken down after Ma's departure. The latest is Chen Weizhu, Xinjiang's executive vice chairman, who was recently placed under formal investigation. If Ma is implicated, however, the likely origin is not Xinjiang, but the aerospace sector, and possibly Shenzhen. As a Politburo member during his Xinjiang tenure, he was under tighter internal supervision and had clear incentives to avoid missteps. Some observers point to the timing, Chen Weizhou's downfall coming just 1 day before Ma's absence, to suggest a connection. But this is improbable. Chen arrived in Xinjiang half a year before Ma, came from an entirely different political background in Zhejiang, and has no discernible link to him. His case appears to be a standalone corruption investigation. Aerospace is different. It is intertwined with strategic weapons programs, defense procurement, and major national science and technology initiatives, fields where corruption can easily be defined as systemic, not local. Ma headed the system precisely during the period when China was rapidly expanding its military, industrial capabilities while institutional oversight remained weak. Several of his longtime subordinates have already fallen. This makes the aerospace portfolio, rather than Xinjiang, the more plausible source of Ma's potential exposure. None of this proves that Ma has been taken down. Drawing conclusions from a single absence is logically premature. Some overseas commentators claim that both Ma and his wife have been detained, twice, even, but such speculation is not grounded in verifiable evidence. Politburo members are not immune to health issues or personal emergencies. Even Li Shi, the powerful head of the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection, was absent from the same study session. While some may interpret Li's absence as proof that he is overseeing Ma's investigation, this too is conjecture. He may simply have had other obligations. In reading Chinese elite politics, what matters is not a single signal, but the pattern. A long-observed political rhythm holds that a Politburo member missing one event may raise eyebrows. Missing two becomes a near-definitive indicator. The logic is simple. One absence can be explained away. Repeated absences reflect a sustained condition, and that condition itself becomes the signal. If Ma again fails to appear at the next major event, where a Politburo member would normally be present, the conclusion will be almost certain. He is under investigation, even if it has not yet been publicly announced. This leads to a broader question. If Ma has indeed encountered political trouble, how will Xi Jinping handle it? The sensitivity is not about Ma alone, but about timing. Just weeks ago, 9 senior PLA generals, including 2 Politburo-level military figures, He Huadong and Mo Hua, were purged. A second Politburo-level figure falling in short succession would undermine the image of unity and stability that she has tried to project. Politburo members are not removed lightly. Their appointments and exits carry strong symbolic weight. Managing the fallout, not merely adjudicating wrongdoing, becomes the core concern. Another layer of complexity lies in Ma's widely perceived political affiliation. Over the years, he has been portrayed as close to Deng Yuwen and as part of the so-called Shandong Circle, a loose network of officials from or associated with Peng's home province. Whether this group truly exists is immaterial. What matters is perception. In elite Chinese politics, such relationships serve as a relational buffer. Even if Xi is willing to purge his own protégés, as seen with He Weidong and Ma Hua, the presence of a First Lady connection changes the calculus. The question becomes not whether to punish, but how. Authoritarian systems value face, and China is no exception. If Ma is found to have engaged in corruption, but not in political disloyalty, if he is not viewed as a threat to Xi's authority, the leadership is unlikely to opt for the harshest measures, especially when the case touches on sensitive relational networks. High-profile political cases in recent years show this differentiated logic. Sun Zhengkai and Zhou Yongkang fell for political reasons and had to be eliminated entirely. Sun Laijun and Fu Zhenghua were caught in systemic security apparatus corruption and were fully prosecuted. He Weidong and Miao Hua combined corruption with political factionalism and thus had to be removed quickly. But other provincial and ministerial officials without political ambitions have been handled more quietly, sometimes demoted, sometimes sidelined without public explanation. If Ma is indeed implicated, his case is unlikely to reach the severity of the Sun, Zhou, or Sun Legend cases, nor is it likely to match the threat level attributed to He Weidong or Miao Hua, who controlled personnel in the military. Ma is a regional political figure, not a security actor. Moreover, in the wake of the recent military purges, another dramatic fall at Politburo level carries more political cost than administrative benefit. For this reason, if Ma's transgressions are limited to corruption or managerial failure, the most probable outcomes would be either a political level sanction, removal from the Politburo without a detailed announcement, or prolonged sidelining until the 21st Party Congress, allowing him to naturally step down. This reflects a broader pattern. In China's current political logic, the question is rarely whether a senior figure can be punished, but how the timing and scale of punishment serve larger political needs. Ma's absence is likely the beginning of such a process, rather than its end. For now, two facts can be stated with confidence. First, Ma has had no post for 5 months, which is anomalous for a Politburo member. Second, he missed an event he would normally attend. To move from suspicion to confirmation, one more data point is needed. If Ma again fails to appear at the next major political occasion, the verdict will be clear. He has been taken down, even if Beijing chooses not to say so yet. Whether that moment arrives in weeks or months remains to be seen. What is already evident is that in a system where stability is paramount, any disappearance by a Politburo member is a signal that cannot be ignored. Thank you for watching Inside China Politics. This channel breaks down China's politics and leadership dynamics in a clear and accessible way. If you found this analysis helpful, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next episode.